Because truly what is happening when you open your third eye is you are just unlocking the veil. My name is Jamie and I'm here to assist you on your awakening journey. And today I want to talk about third eye awakening. What happens when your third eye opens? What happens when your third eye awakens? And I want to clear up a couple misconceptions about the third eye before we get started. Like, I noticed there's a common belief that the third eye is evil. I know a certain religion, wink wink, I won't point any fingers, that kind of programmed this belief into society. And that is that the third eye is evil, that if you open your third eye, you're going to invite a bunch of demons into your body and you're going to become possessed. And I can assure you that that is an illusion. That is a belief that's been programmed into us to suppress our own innate nature, to suppress our own infinite potential. Because I get a lot of those questions about whether or not someone should open their third eye. I know there's a lot of fear surrounding this topic and this subject. You know, people are afraid of unlocking this potential within themselves. Because truly what is happening when you open your third eye is you are just unlocking the veil. You're lifting the veil of your vision, enabling you to see what is already there. So you are not inviting demons or entities. You are just unlocking your ability to see, your clairvoyance, your ability to see subtle energy. And that's one of the things that happens when you open your third eye is you awaken your ability to see energy, to feel energy on a deeper level, to see subtle energy. Subtle energy is energy that is beyond the physical, beyond your physical five senses. And this starts to shift your perception on reality itself, because you really start to see that there is much more to this life than just this material world. You know, when this first started happening to me, I would have so many mind-blowing experiences, even though they seemed so little at the time. And if I told somebody about them, they'd probably think I was crazy or just making it up. But when these things happen, they cause a shift in our perception of reality, and we feel that shift within ourselves. We feel a huge shift happening and that our life is changing. Because that is what is happening. When you have a shift happen within your own perception, within your own energy, your life starts to shift with it. Because when you gain the ability to see through illusion, you start to see through the illusions that we've been programmed with throughout our whole life. Through the illusions that the media feeds us on the daily, telling us what foods to eat, telling us how to think, telling us how to act, suppressing our true self and our true nature. So when you open and awaken your third eye, you gain this clarity, this newfound clarity to see, and then you can use that discernment to kind of choose what energy you want to focus on, to choose how you want to live by gaining new perception, by gaining new perspectives. And this gives you a new chance to shift your energy and shift your life in a new way. So another thing that happens when your third eye opens, when your third eye awakens, is your manifestations start to amplify. And why this happens is because you're starting to receive powerful higher energy through your pineal gland. Okay, your pineal gland is like a radio receiver. It is your channel for metaphysical energy, for energy that is beyond the physical. So when you start receiving this energy through your pineal gland, you can use this higher force of energy to amplify your thoughts, your manifestations. Because the third eye chakra, the Ajna chakra, is the chakra of inner vision, of dreaming, giving life to your dreams and your visions. It is the energy center of your inner world. So when your inner world starts to receive more energy, you can use that energy to shift your outer world, to manifest in a more powerful way. When my third eye started awakening when I started really seeing synchronicities more, when I started really feeling that intensified shift within myself. I had a lot of moments where I would instantly manifest something, where I would think of something, have a desire, and it would show up in my reality 5 minutes later. And I was just mind blown whenever that happened. I was just feeling that deep connection with the universe and the deep connection with myself, the power that I had within myself, and the powerful connection I had to the divine. It started to become real to me because it was being shown to me. My connection was being shown. Okay, and when you activate your third eye, when your pineal gland starts to activate, your pineal gland is a physical gland within your brain, and it acts as an energetic channel for you to receive energy from other dimensions and integrate it into your physical reality. So when you receive this energy from these other dimensions, from your spirit guides, from your higher self, from source consciousness, oftentimes it comes in the form of symbols and synchronicities. So this is one thing that happens when you open your third eye, is you start to see a lot more synchronicities. You start to see patterns, and spirit and the divine will communicate with you through the form of symbols, in the form of synchronicity. Synchronicity numbers like 1111, 555, 333. You'll start seeing these numbers everywhere. Okay, and you might start seeing certain animals come to you, start to show up to you to bring you messages. Your dreams will get more vivid because the pineal gland is connected to dreams. When you are dreaming, your pineal gland is very active. And sometimes you might actually feel that activity, energy circulating through that center while you're dreaming, while you're having astral travel experiences. Okay, and these symbols are being shown to you. They are being shown to you to translate a message, because spirit communicates to us in forms that we can translate into understanding within ourselves, because this is a way that they can send us a frequency and energy, an energetic frequency that we can absorb and try to translate, try to understand what the message is, what the energy is that is trying to work with us, because there is always a frequency that we are attracting, that we are working with. So you start receiving these messages, you start receiving these synchronicities and these symbols through your awareness, and this allows you to really receive guidance on your life, to really find more alignment by following the guidance of spirit, by following the guidance of your higher self and your intuitive compass that you hold within yourself. Okay, your pineal gland is like your inner compass. It is your connection to spirit. You know, they call it the doorway to spirit for a reason. The pineal gland, the ancients have been speaking about this and teaching about this through the form of symbolism for many years. You know, you'll often see pine cones in many various religions and belief systems around the world, because they were trying to tell us something. They were trying to show us the power that we hold within ourselves. You know, it seems to be an ancient secret that we have lost over time, that we have lost our connection. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to fear. This is a natural part of our awakening process, a natural part of our ascension. As our DNA transforms, as we activate and awaken parts of ourselves that have been dormant throughout our life, then we start to awaken our potential. We start to expand our consciousness. And let me tell you that it will change your life when this doorway opens, when this portal awakens and you start to receive higher energy, higher consciousness. Because when you interact with higher states of frequency and being, your own energy starts to shift. It creates a massive shift within yourself. Okay, when my third eye first bursted open during my Kundalini awakening in 2016, I just felt this huge change happening. I started seeing my whole life differently. I started seeing myself in a whole new light because I was receiving a whole new light, a whole new energy. And it was like my life was changing before me. I started making changes. I started operating in a different way. I started changing my diet. I started meditating and connecting to nature. I started going outside and receiving sunlight, and receiving that powerful sun energy. And another thing that often happens when our third eye awakens, when our third eye opens, we start to really open our psychic abilities. You might start really experiencing telepathy on a daily basis. When you're just going about your day, when you're around people, you might have a thought, and all of a sudden someone says something directly related to that thought. It's like, whoa, was that a coincidence? But then as you go on your journey, you start to realize that there are no coincidences. Everything is divinely aligned. Everything is energetically flowing, and we're just learning to ride that wave. We're just learning to really ride that wave, that stream of consciousness. And you might have very powerful telepathic moments, or moments where you think of something and it just comes to you and just shows up in your reality. Okay, and another synchronicity that often happens during a third eye awakening, during a very powerful spiritual awakening process, is you'll start to see the number 1111. This was the first synchronicity I started seeing in the beginning of my awakening, and it really started opening me up to those frequencies, to those higher dimensions. And when I seen this number, I could feel this expansion within myself. And this started opening me up to seeing other synchronicity numbers as well. But it started with 1111, because 1111 is like a gateway number. It is a portal. You know, you can kind of see the pillars of this gateway if you really look at the number, if you pay attention to the number. So if you were seeing this number, if you were seeing 1111 everywhere you go, if you feel like you're just pulled to look and you see 1111, know that you are going through a powerful shift. You are going through an awakening, and your consciousness is expanding in some way. So just be aware when that is happening, and also set your manifestations. Set your intentions when you see that number, because your manifestations are being amplified in that moment. Your energetic frequency is rising, and your thoughts are taking form in a rapid manner. Okay, when your third eye awakens, these things just start happening to you. You just start feeling a deeper connection with the universe. And another thing that happens when your third eye opens, when your third eye awakens, is you start to feel more sensitive to energy. Okay, so one tip I can give you for when you're going through this third eye awakening, because it can be really intense at times, and sometimes we can get overwhelmed by all that is happening within ourselves and all that energy that we are experiencing and all these new mystical experiences and ascension symptoms that we get when we go through this energetic transformation, because that's what you were going through. You were going through a transformation. So one tip I can give you is to really focus on balance. Focus on finding your alignment, finding your center, connecting with your heart. Because when you connect with your heart, you balance that energy within yourself. You know, you want to have energy in your root, in your heart, and your third eye, and your crown. You want to have energy circulating throughout your entire system. But there's also blockages that we have to work through. Emotional releases, and just energetic knots that we have to work through to really find this alignment, find this balance. So remember that it's a process. Remember that it's not going to happen overnight, okay? Take it one day at a time. Find your center whenever you can. Bring your awareness back into the present moment. And that's going to be very essential and powerful for you on this journey as you are going through this third eye awakening, all right? I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope you enjoyed this video and it brought you some extra clarity on your path and the journey that you were going on, or that you were embarking on. So if you're going through a third eye awakening, a third eye opening, know that you are not alone. There are many others like you. Even if it seems like no one else is going through this experience, because it seems to be a rare occurrence on this earth. It is happening more and more. More and more people are awakening. More people are experiencing the veil lifting, and they're starting to see their inner potential. All right, I hope you enjoyed receiving these messages. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you connecting with me. I've got some other videos on spiritual awakening right here. If you feel called to check those out, if you feel called to receive those messages as well, they might be calling to you. Who knows? All right, so I hope you have an amazing day wherever you're at in the world. Peace and much love.